to the rim. There's some attitude on it, too.
Throughout the 2010s, the OKC Thunder were a prominent force in the Western Conference, making 4 conference finals and boasting some of the most dynamic forces the league had to offer. But with the departures of Kevin Durant, Paul George, Russ, and CP3, the Thunder were back to ground zero, finishing 14th in the West for back-to-back seasons and being far from recognizable from years past.
Oh my God.
However, with the gauntlet of Sam Presti's draft picks and the young talents already on the roster, this rebuild has set the Thunder up to be a dominant power for years to come. But before we head into that, be sure to leave a like to support the channel, as each like increases the stash of OKC's first rounders. And if you love basketball content like this and want to hear all about the draft in the offseason, be sure to sub for more content like this. Between now and 2028, the OKC Thunder have a whopping 38 picks in the NBA draft, with half of them being in the first round. Moreover, it's not like OKC just stumbled upon these picks, as they've smartly gotten high value for former players and are reaping the rewards of the Paul George trade, the Westbrook deal, the Steven Adams trade, the Kemba Walker deal, and the Danny Green deal. Some of these were a byproduct of OKC's unique rebuilding strategy, with them receiving assets to take on a bad contract, only for them to boost their value and flip them for more assets. And as for Paul George, they used Kawhi's free agency decision as leverage to force the Clippers to give them as many draft picks as possible. You may be asking, what's the point of garnering so many draft picks, as OKC can't simply select 38 different players in the draft? But the reason for Presti getting all of these picks is pretty simple. Flexibility. With so much draft capital, the Thunder obviously had the option to select players and add them to their youth movement. However, they can also use these picks down the line to trade up in the draft for a coveted prospect or to trade for a future disgruntled star. But that's just considering their draft collection from other teams. What about OKC's own first-round picks in the near future? Well, the Thunder obviously still have their own first-round picks, 2 of which placed high in the lottery over the past 2 seasons. Last year, the Thunder selected Josh Giddey with the number 6 pick, a selection many declared to be a reach at the time, but a gamble that has quickly paid off for the team. And this year, the Thunder have seemingly accelerated the rebuild by getting the number 2 pick in the NBA draft. With the Orlando Magic having the number 1 pick, and with reports suggesting that they're eyeing Jabari Smith, OKC are in prime position to take prized prospect Chet Holmgren. In my opinion, Chet is the best prospect in this draft class and fills the need at center for this team. He's a 7-footer with a 7'6" wingspan that can shoot the ball well, has excellent IQ and length to be a great rim protector and help defender at the professional level. He's mobile enough to hang with some perimeter players defensively, was an elite finisher in college, and can handle the ball really well. No prospect in the draft is perfect, and Chet surely isn't either. He'll need to fill out his frame further in order to improve his strength, since he'll be playing the most physical position in the league, and he could become a better playmaker. However, that's for him to develop once he enters the league and joins the likes of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Speaking of Shai, I really need to talk about him because he's still one of the most underrated players in the league. I get that many people already acknowledge that he's good, but I think many people fail to realize how good he actually is. If they did, then they wouldn't keep throwing him in trade packages as if OKC don't already have a gem on their hands. In just Shai's first season in OKC, he averaged 19, 6, and 3 as the second option on a 5th-seeded playoff team. In his second season there, he averaged 24, 6, and 5 on 5th 40-80 shooting splits. Mind you, that was on a roster that was pretty much devoid of talent, and with defenses focusing much of their attention on him to negate his impact. And last season, Shai only got better, averaging 25, 6, and 5, while being one of the most efficient players in the league in the pick and roll, being one of the best players at creating and finishing shots inside the arc, having 5 30-point double-doubles last season, and after All-Star break, averaged 37 and 6 on 54, 39, 80 shooting splits. Yeah, Shai is that guy, and don't let the fact that he's yet to make an All-Star team fool you, because if OKC were a respectable team out west, he'd be a shoo-in for a selection. In addition to Shai, the Thunder struck rich by drafting Josh Giddey, who's the youngest player in NBA history to record a triple-double, tied Luka for the most triple-doubles for a teenager, and averaged 12, 7, and 6 as a rookie. Mind you, the only other players in NBA history to accomplish such a feat were Oscar Robertson, Magic Johnson, and fellow Australian Ben Simmons. Giddey is quite simply a magician when he's on the floor, and it's safe to say that OKC already have their playmaker of the future. The Thunder also have Lou Dort, who's unfortunately in trade rumors due to OKC's reported desire to trade up in the draft, but that doesn't overshadow the massive leap that he took last season. We all know that Dort is far and wide one of the best defenders in the entire league. Moreover, his offense has started to keep up. Dort averaged a career-high 17 points per game on the best efficiency of his career. Is 40% from the field and 33% from 3 something to be celebrated? No, not really. However, he has made massive strides in terms of his ability to score in isolation, his ability to operate off the dribble, and overall being more effective with the ball in his hands. There are other pieces on this OKC roster, but the point here is that OKC's rise to prominence starts now. They won't be competing to win a title or anything next season, and other young teams like the Pelicans also have next in the West. But next season, you're going to see a whole different OKC team that will make it a competitive contest anytime they're on the floor. And with more and more talent going to surround Shai now and in upcoming years, it's only a matter of time before this league belongs to the OKC Thunder. With that being said, be sure to comment down below how you feel about Chet Holmgren's potential fit in OKC and what you think the Thunder's ceiling will be in the next few seasons. Be sure to leave a like to support the channel, make sure to sub for more content like this, and also follow the channel's TikTok and Twitter for even more bonus content. Hope to see you all in the next one, and stay tuned.